Hello, this is Parrish Black of the Inner City Crusaders, and Parrish Black, also known as the Prophet. Today is September 1st, 2011, 7:59 p.m., a Thursday night. I would like to speak about a dream I had some days ago. I had this dream on August 27th, 2011. One of the first things I recall about this dream was that I found myself inside someone's apartment. I was with two black women. These two black women were strangers to me, and this apartment felt as if the owner or the renter of this apartment facility have vacated the premise or abandoned it. And the people and I, we were in this kitchen, and I stood in front of the kitchen cabinet, food cabinet, and I opened up the cabinet doors, and I noticed there were no food inside, but I did notice money, cash, inside this cabinet. So I helped myself to the cash, and before I closed the cabinet, I looked in one of the highest shelves of this kitchen cabinet, and I discovered several crispy $100 bills. Then after I left, to have taken the money, or I guess borrowed the money, I found myself outside with one of the black women, and it was nighttime, and the lady and I, we walked down, I believe, a Brooklyn street. I sensed I was somewhere in Brooklyn, New York, and the night sky was bathed with stars. Mind you, we Brooklynites here in Brooklyn, New York, at nighttime, we don't have the luxury of as most people when it comes to having night skies over their town or city bathed with beautiful stars, because here in New York City, our night skies are usually polluted with a lot of lights from buildings and stuff like that. We have a great deal of light pollution, so we barely see really any stars. But in this particular dream, this night sky was littered with stars, star formation I've never seen over Brooklyn skies at night. And then while I was walking with this lady, I told the lady, wow, I have just about $2,000 in my pocket. Then also we looked behind us, and we seen a white cloud. This appeared that this white cloud poured from the sky, poured out from the sky. So I said to myself, wow, this is probably a steam cloud. But then after I mentioned that statement to myself, I realized it wasn't a steam cloud. This cloud was big, it was white, pure white, and it was just pouring down the street. So the lady and I, we ran inside a park. I believe this park was Fort Greene Park, a park which is located in the Clinton Hill section of Brooklyn, New York. And this park, I noticed that, let's see, I gazed upon the one of the hills inside this park, and this particular hill inside this park had like a band of fog, I believe, over it, and over the band of fog was light, like glowing light, and over this glowing light was another band of fog, and over that particular fog was this night sky with full of stars. And then I walked up the hill, and I think the lady walked up with me, and I believe I came upon a platform. I think this platform was a platform or the top stoop of stairs inside this park. And I noticed that there was a 1-year-old, maybe 2-year-old black little baby boy standing alone. So I lift up the baby boy, and I noticed after I lift up the baby boy, to my left there were like a line of elderly black people, and they were attempting to leave the park. And after I took my gaze off the elderly black people towards my left, I looked towards my right, and I noticed a police officer. He was standing on another he was standing on top of another step that I guess which probably was another exit out of the park. And anyhow, this police officer was also black, and he had his gaze upward. And I said to myself, I'd like to know what is he looking up at. So I looked up into the sky and I noticed two big planets. These two big planets were in the heavens. I couldn't believe it. And they were gray, and it appeared that these planets had an atmosphere. And then, after I took my gaze off the two planets, I decided to leave the park and follow the elderly people that were still exiting out this Fort Greene Park. And then as the people exited out the Fort Greene Park, you know, and eventually step onto the sidewalk. Seconds later, I also stepped onto the sidewalk. I believe I had the little boy with me and the lady with me as well. And then I noticed before I left this dream that there was a black lady in her car. And apparently she slammed onto the brakes in the car, and the car was just sitting idle in the street. And she was looking up through her car window, through the driver's side, and she looked up into the sky. So once again I decided to look up in the sky, since the NYPD police officer was looking up in the sky, and I looked up to see what he was looking at, and thus I found two planets in the sky. So I looked up into the heavens, and once again, but this time around I seen a single celestial orb in the sky. But this celestial orb was humongously big, and I was able to see, I believe, mountains at the base of it, or in the southern part of this celestial orb. And the mountains were rigid, and at the base of the mountain was colorized in red, and at the upper top part of the mountain was grayish blue. And I also was able to see, there's holes, I guess, in the dome of these two mountains. And the funny thing is about this dream, people didn't speak to one another this dream. The only person that spoke was really me. When I told the lady, wow, I have, since I have just about $2,000 in my pocket, I sensed no fear. I sensed no panic. It was like more or less a dead calm in this dream. And before I end this dream, I want to show you guys my illustration of the steam of smoke, or the cloud of smoke, the two celestial planets I seen in the sky, the other planet, and of course the fog and the light that was over the band of fog, and you know. But let me show you these. Actually, I have 4 drawings I want you guys to see. Okay, so as you see in the center of this drawing, the cloud that I said appeared to have been coming down from the sky. Okay, so this is my illustration, illustration 1. Okay, illustration 2. Okay, and this is the hill. A cloud, a band of fog, there's light, and there's another band of cloud and many stars. Clip 3. Okay, there's the police officer. I believe, like I said, this officer was NYPD. He's on top of the stoop, okay, of these steps that lead out of the park, and he looked upward into the sky, and he's seen the 2 planets in the sky. And this is what I also seen. 2 planets in the sky. Okay, and this is the last illustration, drawing 4. There's a lady in the car, and she was looking upward, and then she gazed her eyes upon this planet, or whatever it was. And I also took notice of the planet as well, as you see. The 2 mountains. And the base of the mountain was like reddish dust, and the top of the mountain was greenish blue, and I was able to see the holes in the mountains here. Okay, so this is what I've seen in this dream. Okay, thank you for watching this video. May God bless you.